What's going on, y'all? Straight to the point, sports and entertainment. Please hit the like button, sub to the channel if you're not a member. Also hit them notifications so that you're able to get all of my content, all of my videos. Shouts out to the whole entire Lions Den basketball and boxing community. Also want to give a shout out to all of my subs that's been rocking with me, my day ones, and as well as my new subs too as well. Um, if you haven't heard the news by now, uh, Skip Bayless is reportedly leaving FS1. I think we all saw the writing on the wall. And before I get this video started, let me give a shout out to the first person that I saw that was talking about this. I actually saw this, but just getting into the ending my day and everything. I want to give a shout out to the brother Town Biz Sports and Entertainment. If you're not sub to Town Biz, definitely go sub to his channel. He was the first one that actually had talked about this. So salute to Town Biz for reporting this. Now, what's up with it, Ted? I'll see you in the building, man. We all saw the writing on the wall, and it was very evident. Everybody wants to think that the straw that broke the camel's back was when Shannon Sharp ultimately had left the show, being that they had got into it over a debacle over Tom Brady. But there had been tensions growing long even before that. You know what I'm saying? I know it's hard for some people to believe, but if you go back and you go look at some of the tension, Skip not only had tension with Shannon Sharp, but he had tension with pretty much everybody that he worked with. That's why a lot of people did not want to come on the show. And as you see with Shannon Sharp, he's able to have a whole lot of people come on his show, like with Club Shay Shay, Nightcap, that sort of thing. But we knew that after Shannon Sharp had left, Undisputed took a significant drop. It was very evident that the void was hard to fill. Although they tried to come with several people to try to make up for what Shannon Sharp could actually bring to the table in terms of his entertainment and being able to gravitate and have people come and have their eyes locked in. It just was not the same after he left. They tried to come with Richard Sherman, Michael Irvin, and of course Keyshawn Johnson. We saw that didn't work. You know what I'm saying? Then of course Richard Sherman had left. He came back for a little bit, but then he left again. Then you had Paul Pierce, which it went okay. People thought that was there was new light, new energy to the show and everything, but then the ratings still weren't the same. It just wasn't going anywhere. And that's because First Take was just blowing them out the water. And First Take continued to kick their ass. Skip had it coming to him, and this is a boomerang, and this is a prime example as to why you never want to do people wrong. Now I know some people are going to sit up here and they're going to come with the talking point. They're going to say that, okay, well, Skip Bayless. If it wasn't for Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharp wouldn't have a job, and the same thing with Stephen A. Smith, which is true. But at the same token, look at what those guys are doing now. Look at what those guys are doing now. Sorry about that, man. What's up with it, Cottage? I see you in the building. Look at what those guys are doing now. Those guys have moved on, and whether you like Stephen A. Smith or not, he's still relatively successful. He's got his own podcast, and he still remains he of course he threw people under the bus for the bag and did everything for Master, but hey, that's what he did or whatever, but his job is still remaining intact. I think what ended up happening, man, even though that Skip was on a four-year contract worth $32 million, I think they probably pulled him in there and they said, things aren't getting any better. I think the final show is going to be this summer. That's what they're talking about. But I think they pulled him into the office, man, and they had a talk with him, and they said pretty much, yeah, they pretty much forced him to go. Like, forced him to resign. Because the show it needs new energy. I don't think the show is, me, myself, personally, unless they just have something to where it absolutely grabs people like the situation that took place where there was record-setting viewership, like with the whole Cat Williams and Shannon Sharp. If they have something like that, then okay, maybe they can survive. But I don't think that Undisputed will ever be the same. I don't think that the show is going to be in existence. You said, hey, I remember when Skip brought Shannon Sharp. He did. I mean, Skip was responsible for giving both Shannon Sharp and Stephen A. Smith an opportunity. I'm not going to sit up here and lie and cap and say that Skip Bayless didn't lend a helping hand to both of those guys. Because I'm gonna be real with you, a lot of people don't know that when it was Skip Bayless that actually gave Stephen A. Smith an opportunity again when he had the first time he had stopped at ESPN. When he came back on at Cold Pizza again, it was Skip Bayless that actually gave him, opportunity, to get his feet wet again. Without Skip Bayless there. No, I mean, but it never was. After a while, no. That's the complete opposite, Cottage. Skip Bayless, what's it called? Undisputed will never be the same without Shannon Sharp, and it hasn't been the same without Shannon Sharp. I mean, Skip Bayless, he pretty much, he's not anything without, you can clearly see that he doesn't have the type of charisma that Shannon Sharp has. He doesn't have the type of charisma. Some people would probably disagree with me on this, but at least Stephen A. Smith has some entertainment type of feel to where you're like, because he says stuff for shock value, so to speak. What's up with it, Matt Moses? See you in here, man. I mean, like, people wake up, unfortunately, to see the silly stuff that Stephen A. Smith is going to say. People are, oh, I can't believe he said that. Well, guess what? That, whether you like him or not, people are still going to tune in to watch him. With Skip Bayless, he needs somebody to go at him. He can't carry a show by himself. Stephen A. Smith, as much as you don't like him, he could carry a show by himself. Shannon Sharp, you might not be a big fan of him. Shannon Sharp can carry a show one-on-one, and he could be entertainment by, in many cases, with just one other person. Skip Bayless needs people to go at or whatever, and it just was not working anymore. It wasn't. I mean, I might be looking at it differently, but I see your point. No, Skip Bayless, I mean, he was at one time, you could have said that about 15, 20 years ago. But not now. He's old, man, he's set in his ways. And you gotta read it, you gotta look at it from this standpoint too. He's gotta read a paper every time that he talks and stuff. This is Howie Cosell back in the 60s or the 70s or whatever, man. Come on now, let's get real, man. Them days are over with. And you're sitting there, I'm talking about just by himself. He does not have the type of charisma, to adapt. Like Shannon Sharp, he's able to adapt. Stephen A. Smith, as much as you don't like him, he's able to adapt. Carmen, I would love to see Mello host the show. Oh, Carmelo Anthony? You say Keyshawn Johnson knows nothing about it, and he doesn't. But I give Keyshawn his credit for at least trying, man. You know what I'm saying? He just knows about the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? He might know some of these athletes or whatever, but his thing is football. But I give him his props for trying, even though a lot of the shit that he say he be capping or whatever. And I might be a little biased because I'm a Keyshawn Johnson fan, But Carmelo Anthony, as much as I like Carmelo Anthony, man, now you gotta have somebody, man, that's more you gotta have somebody that's where people, sometimes they're gonna hate you and sometimes they're gonna love you. As much as you don't like Stephen A. Smith, he does a good job at hosting First Take. You know what I'm saying? Look, I don't have to like the guy in order to give him his props. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta have somebody with that type of feel. If you don't have a Charleston White type of feel where people are like, man, I gotta hear what this silly motherfucker gonna say. You pretty much are not gonna be eye candy on there. Think about it. You got eye candy on First Take. You ain't got no eye candy on First Take. You bring Rachel Nichols on every now and then, but at First Take, you got eye candy. Some people like Molly Karam. Some people like Monica McNutt. Some people like Shanae Onwigger, however you pronounce her name. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Shanae. I just say Shanae. You know what I'm saying? And a couple of other females that be on there. Rosalind, all them. You know what I'm saying? It be females on there every now and then. On Undisputed, you don't really got no eye candy on there no more. It's just fellas all the time, men and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have something that catches your eye. If you're not gonna have a good show, at least have something good to look at. You know what I'm saying? You said Christina Williamson, shit, she bad. Yeah, man. With her Wakanda Looking soft, man. Looking good. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? No, you gotta have something that stands out. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be entertaining, man. You know what I'm saying? Skip Bayless, he's not entertaining. Paul Pierce is entertaining, but you know the show is just so stale, and he vibed well with a guy like KG. Of course, they were teammates. You know what I'm saying? And it's more authentic. You can feel it. But you can't feel it when you speaking of a Skip Bayless and Keyshawn Johnson or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You just not feeling it no more. The energy is dead. You can't feel it. Like you gotta have that feel like, oh man, I gotta wake up in the morning because I gotta see Undisputed, man. I gotta have my bowl of cereal, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You said Max Kellerman. I mean, Max is all right, you know what I'm saying, but he would only be good as a host, you know what I'm saying? Like that's about it. But every now and then, man, you gotta be able to step up in there in the trenches and be able to put your debate hat on too. You said why don't they hire KG because he speaks the truth? Yeah, I mean, man, KG, man, plus KG, man, he's just too blunt, too raw. I mean, they tried that shit with Area 21. I thought he did a good job on there. You know what I'm saying? And that was kind of, he gave a lot of people introduction. I give KG, you know what I'm saying, his credit for giving a lot of people introduction because now you see a lot of people, that's, on different podcasts. Like you see the Rasheed Wallaces, you see people that came on his couch in Area 21 when he was on Inside the NBA. Or with the inside guys now, you know what I'm saying, but he wasn't inside NBA when he was on TNT or whatever, you know what I'm saying, and now, they saw where everything was going, but now everybody's like, who's going to replace Skip, or whatever, you know what I'm saying, it's really not that hard, really. It's really not that hard. Yeah, he's entertaining, he's passionate, I agree with that, he's entertaining, he's passionate. He goes against the grain sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you're gonna have to do that, whether you agree with it or not, you know what I'm saying? Uh but people are still gonna wake up to see or hear what that dude gotta say. But I mean, I'm not gonna throw no pity party, man. We all saw the writing on the wall. When you do people wrong, and Skip did Shannon wrong a lot, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff. Like he was being like whenever Shannon would try to give his take or something like that, it would be sometimes when Skip would he would cut him off, but Skip expects you to shut up while he's talking and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It was things like that, or he'll make little noises while Shannon was trying to give his take. Even like when he tried to give his opening monologue about the Damar Hamlin situation or whatever, he cut him off then. You said Kwame Brown. He too blunt for them. Shout out to Kwame Brown. He too blunt for them. You said what happened if Shannon Sharp would not have gotten fired? Their ratings would still be through the roof. They would be good. They wouldn't have took a drop off like they did. Cause you gotta think about it. When Shannon left, man, that show went downhill, man. And I guess Skip Bayless felt like, okay, I can survive without you. And he started reaching and grabbing. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne could barely. Lil, like, come on, man. Man, you ain't gonna replace Shannon Sharp, man. I like, don't get me wrong, Lil Weezy, you know what I'm saying, one of the greatest to do it and everything, but come on, man. Lil Wayne ain't trying to be on there talking about no sports or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Lil Wayne want to continue putting his nut in every single bad female that he can so that he could take care of that baby when they grow up and make them a millionaire too. You know what I'm saying? And make and continue getting residual interest off of the songs that he made several years ago. And Lil Wayne ain't worried about being on that show. Michael Irvin, he got his own thing going. You know what I'm saying? As much as I like Michael Irvin, he's starting not to be a good fit anymore. Michael Irvin, man, he vibes well with Stephen A. Smith because of the way, you know, how both of them are passionate. Now, even though both of them be doing like, you know, they yelling and screaming and stuff like that, but it's still good for entertainment. Some people like that sort of thing. But then there's some people that really want to get to the logical side of things, and they want to, you know, they actually want an actual professional debate setting, you know, and that's what the premise of the show is. You know what I'm saying? It's a debate show. It's not meant to. Oh yeah, I agree with this. I agree with that. Nah, not at all. Will Skip Bayless recover? We'll have to see what happens. But right now, man, I just think that he should just go ahead and move on. Um, you said Michael Irvin be sweating bullets talking. Yeah, man, but you know, a lot of people like that. Like people could sit up here and deny it all they want, but that debate that Stephen A. Smith and or those debates that Stephen A. Smith and Michael Irvin have had have been legendary. Yeah, they've been legendary. What's up, Ron? You know, we got to understand that if if Shannon Sharp wouldn't have never left uh, Undisputed, Skip Bayless would still be out there on the show. You know what I'm saying? The show would still have the energy. When Shannon Sharp was on Undisputed, it was a lot more fun. You know what I'm saying? It was it was entertaining, a lot more laughing, a lot more outrageous stuff. You said Stephen A. Smith used to get on Michael Irvin when yeah. But see that was entertaining. You know what I'm saying? That was people want to be entertained too. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't want to just sit there and have the show being all stale and shit like that. Nah. They want to hear outrageous takes. You know what I'm saying? They want to because people want to get emotional. People want to get in their feelings, man. Like when they would talk about LeBron and that's pretty much that's what gets people emotional when you talk about LeBron. Now what's the big thing? Now everybody talk about Bronny. You know what I'm saying? How he shouldn't be in the league, how he's not ready, that sort of thing. You know what I'm saying? You got to find something passionate, but at the same token, uh, they do need to start talking about more stuff in mainstream media, but they're not going to do that in mainstream media. They're going to talk about the Lakers. They're going to talk about the Cowboys. They're going to talk about LeBron. They might touch some stuff here and there, but pretty much that's the only thing that they talk about. That's the only thing that they talk about. It's either the LeBron, it's either the Lakers, it's either the Cowboys. That's it. Well, let me ask you this, bro. Do you see Skip finding a job? Maybe. Like I said, he got 4 years. He got 4 years on his contract. 4 years, $32 million. But I don't know, man. He's a difficult guy to work with, man. He's a very difficult guy to work with, man. A lot of people don't like even being around here. You said straight. How does Brian get people to continually talk about it at every move? Hey, being a billionaire, man, that's what it'll do, man. That being a billionaire, That's what it does, man. You know what I'm saying? And when you're the quote unquote face of the league, and you play for a storied franchise, of course that's all they're going to talk about everywhere you go. Hell, they want to know what. They want to know when you getting your hair cut. You know what I'm saying? They want to know, when you going to go pump gas. You know what I'm saying? They want to know what new shoes you bought. You know what I'm saying? They want to know. What's up with it? Pull up podcast. See you in the building. Make sure y'all go sub to the homie BJ at the Pull Up Podcast. He is a Clippers fan. He also covers other things too as well. Definitely go sub to the brother BJ. Salute to y'all, man. Over there at the Pull Up Podcast. But that's what I'm saying, man. They want to know. They want to know what kind of toothpaste he uses to brush his teeth. You know what I'm saying? They want to. You know what I'm saying? Some motherfuckers want to know. They want to know what kind of soap he use in the shower with. Pause. You know what I'm saying? They want to. They want to know what he had for lunch today. What he ate for breakfast. What kind of creamer he putting in his coffee. You know what I mean? Like, they want to know all that shit, man. But yeah, man, Skip Bayless, man, he had it come in. See, when you do people wrong, when you do people wrong like how Skip did Shannon, you know that's only gonna make things bad for you. Cause let's just call it what it is. Shannon made the show. Yeah, Skip was on there, and even when Skip is by himself, like it's like you want to tune him out. It's like, man, nobody wants to hear you talk, man. Only reason people was on there is to see Shannon. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have Shannon or whatever, then unfortunately, uh, you're fucked. Who do you think is going to replace Skip? I don't know. That's what I'm saying. We don't know. We don't know, man. Shoot, we don't know if that, man. We really don't know if that show is going to survive. The ratings are so, I mean, they're low. And then, pretty much everybody going to migrate over to First Take, because that's what, people do. They go, they go from First Take to Undisputed to First Take or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And vice versa, you know what I'm saying? In terms of the viewership, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people that watch both shows because they want to see what this guy's saying, or they want to hear a different perspective or whatever. But we don't, like I said, we don't know, you know what I'm saying? But you got to have somebody entertainment. Hell, I'd rather have Bubba Dub. Hey, Bubba Dub doing numbers. Hell, at least Bubba Dub is entertaining. Hell, I have Bubba Dub on that motherfucker. Man, Bubba Dub know his sports. Y'all think Bubba Dub, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Bubba Dub. Shout out to the whole Tyler, Texas, man. Shout out to Texas, bruh. Shout out to Bubba Dub representing that Texas. You know what I'm saying? But, man, I have Bubba Dub on there. You say I actually like Skip is old. Yeah, hold on one second, y'all. Hold on. Paul and Rachel together, Skip. Man, listen. As much as I like Keyshawn, you know what I'm saying? He's got to be able to mix it up. He got to be able to mix it up just a little bit better. I like the fact that he tries, and I also like the fact that Keyshawn goes against the grain a lot. But I do agree with you in the sense that Keyshawn and Paul Pierce, they vibe well off of each other. They both they both SoCal. They both, you know what I'm saying, from that, that Southern California, you know what I'm saying, got Inglewood up in there, got LA, you know what I'm saying, both of those guys, you know what I'm saying, both play professional sports for their respective sports, in professional football and basketball. The problem with Rachel is, see, Rachel sometimes can be very biased, man. You know what I'm saying? She could be real biased. Biased. You got to be unbiased, man. You know what I'm saying? And 9 times out of 10, they're not gonna let them do that or whatever, especially when they're being paid uh, by the powers to be. Yeah, straight out of LA. Shout out to LA, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't get it twisted, man. Got people out there too. Shout out to Compton. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Inglewood. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Crenshaw. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to Jefferson. You know what I mean? Yeah. Man, shout out to UCLA, USC, all that. You know what I'm saying? Venice. You know what I'm saying? Santa Monica. You know what I mean? Man, we be over there. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to LA. But anyway, yeah, man. Um, you said Shannon Sharpe, a former tight end, working with. Yeah, man. I mean, he was the one of the best to do it. But the thing about it is that he was able to transition to media. A lot of people don't know. A lot of people doubted. Shannon Sharpe when he initially came in. A lot of people doubted Shannon Sharpe. You know what I'm saying? Like you had guys like Tony Gonzalez that doubted him. They was all saying like when he first initially was on CBS, when he was NFL CBS or whatever, because you know that's where he began or whatever. You know people. You know, Shannon Sharpe, he from the South, just like I'm from the South. You know what I mean? Everybody got their own lingo. You know what I'm saying? Some people talk a little slow. They slow. They got that drawl, you know, so to speak. Well, they were kind of thrown off at the way that he talked. He wasn't gonna sit there and articulate every word. You know what I'm saying? Like a Tony Gonzalez did, or like Strahan was doing, or like this guy was doing, or whatever. He had his own way of talking, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And Tony Gonzalez had criticized him for it, or whatever. Of course, there's going to be a little bit competitiveness there because they both played the position and both thought that they were better than each other, which Shannon Sharpe was clearly better than Tony Gonzalez. Not to take anything away from him, but guess what? As soon as he moved on from NFL to CBS or whatever, you know what I'm saying? They didn't think, man, they left him high and dry. They didn't think he was going to find a job again. Guess what? Got on First Take. And then next thing you know, started, going in the circus or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Then next thing you know, he on Fox. You know what I mean? You said Oak Cliff, we ain't heard detail. Well, ain't nobody talking about Dallas, but you know, man, shout out to Oak Cliff. You know what I mean? Shout out to the whole Dallas. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Fort Worth. You know what I'm saying? Butterworth. You know what I'm saying? Funky Town, whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? Shout out to all of them. What's up, David Joseph in the building with my man representing the boot, Louisiana in the building. Shout out to Louisiana too. Shout out to that Alexandria, Shreveport. Shout out to Nolens. You know what I'm saying? 504. You feel me? Shout out to Baton Rouge. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody. Bastrop. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Louisiana, man. David Joseph. Hope you're doing good, bro. Yeah, east side in here, you know what I'm saying? You said in the south, yeah. Hey, look, man. Everybody talk all this shit about the south and stuff like that. But, listen, they come down here for the land. They come down here for the strip clubs. They come down here for the syrup. They come down here for the candy paint. You know what I'm saying? They come down here for the old school cars. You know what I'm saying? They come down here for the, the taxes. Trying to, BJ, I know he out there in LA or whatever. You say he's too old to be working. No, I ain't going to say that because Donald Trump's 78. You know what I'm saying? Goddamn Biden is 81. You know what I'm saying? And, still got the audacity, you know, to try to run another 4 years. Yeah, man. So I mean, yeah, they want to criticize the South about everything, but the South is where it's at. You know what I'm saying? Now everybody coming over here. It's funny because I see a whole bunch of California license plate, New York license plate, Jersey license plate, Michigan license plate. You know what I'm talking about? Shoot. I done seen some Washington license plates. Everybody coming down here now. They jacking up the prices on the land. You said, how does, you said, yes, understood Trump in 78. Yeah, yeah. You said, how does that old comedian George Washington Joe go? We ain't never heard of anyone building up their life savings to retire. No, hell no. Absolutely. All the snowbirds, they come down south. I mean, Donald Trump getting up there in age. He getting up there in age, but he moved pretty good for his age. Man, look, man, I don't get off on that age shit. I mean, look, people talk about LeBron James, man. This motherfucker's still throwing out the ball off the goddamn backboard and still cocking that shit back and still slamming that motherfucker as if he 18, man. You know what I'm saying? He's still throwing the ball off the goddamn wall and still rocking the cradle, bringing that bitch down between his legs, man, and coming back up, nigga. Like, that nigga, man, I don't look at that age shit, man. Man, if you 78, nigga, and you can move, nigga, I'm not mad at you. You know what I'm saying? Shit, man. If you 58, nigga, you feel like you can run with the goddamn 18-year-old, go ahead, nigga. I mean, if you end up breaking something, that's on your ass. Yeah, I don't get into all that age shit. Y'all already know how I do. Yeah, man. Like, no, man. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man, I'm 50. I don't know what I'm going to do, nigga. Man, shut the hell up and get out my face. Man, like, yeah, no, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Hey, he old, he's still getting it, though. You know what I'm saying? He got old money, new money, you know what I'm saying? Shoot, it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, they going to stand up just because you said that. They gonna tell your ass to get up. They gonna tell your ass to sit down. Yeah, they gonna tell you to sit down. You know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, run the lights up. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, but man, look, man, don't look at that age stuff. You know what I'm saying? If you can still move, because like, you know, look, man, if you go home and you be like, man, I'm tired of this stuff and everything like that, you gonna sit up. What, you want to sit up in a rocking chair, watch your TV and all this other stuff and just sit there and die? Nah, man, you want to get out, go have some fun, go do what you do, you know what I'm saying? Go live your life, you know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? Shoot. Time to move on. Okay, well, shoot. Hey, you tell them that. They ain't listening to you. You going in one ear and out the other. That's just one nigga saying it, you know what I'm saying? Shoot, man. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody else thinking about that. Ain't nobody talking about, oh, man, you 78. You know what I'm saying? You know, not 81, yeah. 81, you damn near 90, you know what I'm saying? What's the name? The sex therapist was 96. Ruth, she was 96. Yeah, but anyway, man, I just wanted to come on here, man, talk to y'all for a little bit, man. I appreciate y'all pulling up, man. Make sure y'all go sub to the homie BJ at the Pull Up Podcast, you know what I'm saying? Definitely go sub to his channel. Make sure y'all like the video, share, subscribe, hit the notification so that you are notified. Shouts out to the whole entire Lions Den, both basketball and boxing community. Shout out to all of my subs that's been rocking with me, my day ones and as well as my new subs. If you'd like to donate to the channel, Cash App is straight to the point, 77. Till then, man, it's straight to the point. Sports and entertainment. I'm out.